Back to SCL for round 4 with Test Alliance versus Pandemic Legion. I'm Elendar, I'm here with Seldering commentating on this one, desperately believing in Elise Randolph to pull off at least one win today for PL. On Test side, we've got a Guardian, a Legion, a Megathron Navy issue, a Myrmidon, 2 Herons, an Enyo and a Crusader.
Hey guys, my name is Seldrin, and on the Pandemic Legion, who are the blue team here, we have only 6 ships on field. We have 2 Golems, Tango of Ferrex, and 2 Merlins.
Looking at these setups here, I have to say I'm not entirely sure what tests have been planning. It's a very random mix of ships, loads of different races. It's not going to be particularly strong against CCM. I can't really see what they built it against. But can PL pull off a win? They've got the build for it, but can they do it? After today's performances so far, I'm not too sure, but I'm believing in Elise Randolph.
This PL team is very similar to one of the teams that I won with the Goggle team in the New Eden Open, so I'm going to put my money on PL. These cruise missile golems with the turtle tank from the Tango there. The Tango setup is a very strong team. I think they're just going to shred these hulls of this test team.
I have to agree, those Herons are a very interesting choice. T1 exploration frigates, so possibly test a plan on colonising the space here instead of fighting. But they do have 5 mids each, so we could see a lot of ECM, and the match has now kicked off.
Yeah, there we go. I expect to see some damps and cruise missiles flying as this match kicks off here.
We're not seeing any damage applied yet, but that's probably due to the fact it's taking these missiles a while to get there.
Yeah, we've seen some drones on field from the red team here, but no damage being applied at all right now. And these, oh, there we go, some cruise missiles. And they appear to be going after the Guardian of the Test Alliance as the first primary, who is immediately volleyed into armor. Oh, he could be in some serious trouble here.
Guardian's having a low sig, but those golems having a bonus to their explosion radius, so they seem to be working quite effectively against him. The Guardian's armor is dropping to about 80%. He is local rep tank, but I will be quite surprised if he can hold this.
Yeah, he's got no chance against the volley damage from these 2 cruise missile golems, and he's target painted as well, so they're going to be hitting with a good amount of damage. And we can see the frigates are also putting some fire onto this tackling Crusader or Victorous at the same time as this Guardian.
Yeah, there's some logistics drones on that Guardian who are helping keep him up. He's dropping, it's not especially quickly, but there's no real significant damage applied to the PL team yet. If they can't drop anything, it doesn't really matter. Even if they can just very slowly kill this Guardian, it's still going to drop, as the Crusader is dropping into armor as well. We're seeing a little bit of damage applied to Graf Telkin's Merlin, but nothing significant yet, and the PL Tengu is keeping it up keeping up with it quite well.
Yeah, this is pretty much exactly what I was expecting, and PL are just having a turkey shoot here. There's very, very little damage at all coming onto them. They started priming that Tengu rep, now the tests are trying to do a bit of damage against the Golem, a bit of damage against the Merlin. They're just probing out, but as they do all this probing out, their Guardian is going down and down and down. And when that Guardian explodes, it's going to be all but over here for this test team, so...
And it looks like we've seen a few smart bombs as well from the golems trying to clear some drones off for a second. The drones are now back out for the PL team, so they must have stopped doing that. I think that's probably a quite significant part of the damage thing. Golem's starting to take quite a bit of fire from Admiral Gabirius, and it looks like Tests are swapping damage around, trying to find something weak, seeing if they can break anything. That Ferox Tech 1, possibly a weaker target, but again, they've got resist bonuses, so there's no real easy targets there. But nothing yet from Tests has died, and that Guardian is still tanking.
The Guardian is tanking, but to me it seems more like just hanging on. He's down to about 25% armor now, and he is gradually dropping. He does have a small cloud of armor repair drones on him, but it is not enough, as the damage of these golems is gradually overcoming his tank. Expected in the next 20-30 seconds that Guardian is going to be exploding.
Yep, it does look like Elise Randolph is going to manage to stay in the arena. Unless he's got a micro jump drive or some other trick like that, he's going to have a hard time getting out of this one. And that Guardian is now about to drop.
Yeah, oh my god, that Guardian, he is gone, so there's no repping at all now for this Test Alliance team. And these damages now, they're going to be going on unrepped ships, so I expect to see lots of explosions. And there we go, the PL team is priming the Megathron. They're taking out the main DPS source. They're going immediately for that Megathron Navy issue. And he is already into his armor, and his armor without those reps from the Augurer is just going to go down rapidly.
We're now seeing damage applied to Blast X in the Tengu. He's losing quite a lot of shields. It looks like if they'd gone for him earlier, this test team, it's possible they could have got that Tengu down. And even now, although that Megathron is dying, he's not dying especially quickly, the Tengu is losing quite a lot of shields. It's just possible they will manage to get him down if they can keep the damage focus on him.
I'm not too sure about that. He's been fed cap by these golems, and he's just hanging on. But the Megathor Navy issue, sorry, is going down, and he has got nothing to rep him there apart from some small drones. So that Tango is just hanging on there, but that Megathor Navy issue is most definitely going down. And look at this Engo, the Enyo of Mumble 7. He's in structure, and when he explodes, that's going to be some more, another 300 DPS removed from this Test Alliance team. And right now, they need all the DPS they can get.
Yeah, that's possibly also a little bit of tackle removed from his Tengu as well. But Tengu's losing some pretty big chunks, but he's also repping some pretty big chunks. Assuming he's purely local and he's being supplied by that energy transfer, he can keep this up all day, so he's probably not going to have any big issues. The Crusader's starting to drop now. It looks like PL have actually stopped shooting that Megathron Navy and just trying to clear the little stuff, to clear off the frigates, make things a bit easier for themselves.
Yeah, it's a sensible call there. If the Tengu was just barely hanging on with those frigates, just removing that extra DPS from those frigates off the field will be enough so this Tengu can just tank all day long.
Yeah, that Crusader is kiting away, so it looks like he'll probably survive. But even if he does that, it's not going to make any real difference. That Megathron Navy will start to take some damage again. Tengu's still tanking, no real signs he's going to drop.
Yeah, if I was, to be honest, the PL team right now, I would probably try and take this Myrmidon down. He's got a nice big signature. These cruise missiles are going to be doing full damage against that Myrmidon, and that'll be a lot of drone damage and a lot of remote rep drone repairing taken off this test team.
That's true, that Myrmidon is sitting a long way away from the PL team and the entire fight in general. One might say being a slightly cowardly there, but at the same time the Golems can probably hit across the entire arena here with a cruise missile, so it doesn't really matter where he runs, he's not going to get away.
Look at that Heron, the Heron there of 7-9, he was having fun just exploring away in Jovian space looking for some new Jovian ships, but that is soon to be over because Heron is going to be exploding.
Yep, and the Crusader is just burnt away. The Megathron Navy is taking damage again. It looks like they've decided they're just going to finish him off, maybe stop concentrating on those frigates so it can cut it away and get this big ship off the field. Match has taken 5 minutes so far, so not that much damage on the PL team. It's enough to drop these ships down, but it's not especially quick. And
Well,
it does
yeah.
look like we might have, the first PL win of the day. Hopefully not the only PL win of the day.
Yeah, you think with 4 teams in this tournament, PL would be better at winning, but this one for sure is going to be, the first fight of this match is going to be a victory as we see the Megathor Navy issue there explode. That is essentially all the DPS from that Test Alliance team removed off the field, and the new primary is the Legion, who is going to be exploding any minute now.
Yeah, interesting choice, that Legion in this team. A lot of points for a ship that was good, it's tough, but it's not especially high damage, especially compared to something like a battleship you could take for similar points. So, not that sure what they were doing there, that. And yes, of the 4 teams, 1 getting a victory for PL. So, while we may be the Kings of Lowsec, our tournament teams maybe not quite so good.
Yeah, I mean, at least this team didn't pay 20 billion to be in the tournament. You know, it would be even worse if for some reason you decided to pay 20 billion ISK to be in this tournament and then just got absolutely whitewashed in embarrassing style. But that's not going to happen to this PL team as they are into the next fight in their best of 3. And these Legions and Myrmidons, it's an interesting ship choice, but interesting in a bad way. People usually use Legions as Tinker Tank, remote rep setups. Bringing just 1 Legion, you're thinking, well, they're bringing that for the ganglinks, but then they brought a Myrmidon, which is also a gangling ship, so it seems a lot of points wasted on ships that could have been better used, like high damage ships.
And talking for paying 20 bill and then losing too much in a row, it'd be especially embarrassing if you had recently been commentating on PL teams and often shaking your head at how badly they've done.
Yeah, and we all know how Elise likes to put the knife into the ribs of his alliance mate, so I think it is fantastic that you are sticking that knife in him because he was well and truly an embarrassment for Pandemic Legion in his first match.
It is true, he has often thrown matches for PL. I'm not really sure why. Possibly it's a Friends of Viper shittle thingy, just flowing gloriously out the arena, charging his Macariel gloriously at Vindicators. He's a good man, but there have been occasional dubious calls.
But there we go, we're down to just 1 small Myrmidon left now for the Test Alliance team, and he is very lightly tanked as we suspected. He's just going straight through his armour there with each volley of these cruise missiles. And it'll be interesting to see what Test can bring next. Hopefully we're going to see something completely different, as this setup clearly is not particularly good and not particularly good at winning against Pandemic Legion, so it'll be a very interesting next fight in this match.
Completely agree. I imagine being Tess, they'll bring something completely random again. Hopefully that Myrmidon pilot, if he's back on the team, won't be running away in whatever he brings next time.
And there we go. That's the first victory in this match goes to Pandemic Legion, who have won with an absolute whitewash. And we will hand it over to the studio to the wonderful Ari Danica, the fabulous Brent, and the glorious Bacchanalian.